Dan Dempsey, Roscoe Bass, and Chris Jackins.
Directors, I'm Dan Dempsey. From yesterday's Washington State Auditor's Office report, quote, results, overarching conclusion. Our audit found the school board and executive management must improve oversight of district operations. We noted several instances in which public assets were misappropriated or susceptible to misappropriation due to lack of effective policies, management's failure to enforce existing policies, and or inadequately trained staff. The board and district management are not as familiar with the state and federal law on school district operations and the use of grant funds as the public would expect. As a result, the district exposes itself to greater risk of loss of federal funds and increases the risk for non-compliance with laws and regulations. Further, the school board delegated authority to the superintendent to create specific procedures to govern day-to-day district operations. The board does not evaluate these procedures to determine if they are effective and appropriate, unquote. It seems the board should be evaluating procedures to determine if they are effective and appropriate. So what does the board evaluate? Can the board effectively and appropriately evaluate the superintendent? The superintendent regularly disregards evidence in making proposals to the school board. The school board, in arriving at many of their 4-3 decisions, disregards evidence as well. The superintendent is the secretary of the school board. During the entire 3 years of the superintendent's employment, the district has had no system in place to evaluate evidence in school board decision-making. The board failed to examine any evidence from the public in making an arbitrary and capricious math materials selection on May 6, 2009. The disdain for evidence continued with the superintendent's appeal of that decision. The board is never able to provide a certified, correct transcript of evidence used in decision-making as required by state law. This shortcoming falls squarely on the board and the school district secretary, Superintendent Goodloe Johnson. To extend her contract at this time would be yet another arbitrary and capricious decision. Not one of the following board decisions were done in compliance with state laws. 1, the new student assignment plan. 2, school closures. 3, the $800,000 new technology network contract approval. 4, the high school math adoption. All are still under active appeals. Do not extend the superintendent's contract.
Thank you, Mr.